person who was doing the entire Arkham Asylum, dark arts, and then collapsing of the entire facility, Dr. Milo. Batman has his agents track down any more information on Dr. Milo, and they catch him just in time as he's attempting to leave Gotham through the airport. He is chased through the airport by the security until he flies out onto the runway where the Batjet hovers overhead and demands that he surrender or be neutralized. He panics and screams, "I surrender!" But the Batjet then shoots all of the drugs that he has in his pockets, and Batman jumps down to grab the man by the throat and demand to know what he did to Arkham. What did he do to the inmates? He explains that he did what the book said. It entwined magic and science, and it worked. It was a gift to him. So Batman demands to know, who gave it to you? And Dr. Milo explains. It was attached to the card he received. Then the spirits of the deceased seemingly rise from the ground and they surround Batman. "Batman, your time has come," they exclaim. Dr. Milo holds his hands over his eyes. "Who are you? I didn't summon you. I can't look." Batman looks in horror as the spirits around him are that of his mother and father, telling him that he couldn't help them, their poor baby. They tell him that he has desecrated their memory with his war on crime. While this is going on, the spirits are also crawling all over Dr. Milo, demanding to know why he gave them to Joker's daughter. She killed all of them. Then one of the spirits, which turns out to be a doctor of Arkham, appears and tells the others to leave Batman alone. They are here to get Dr. Milo. He made them into this. But as Batman runs over to Milo to save him from a heart attack, the GCPD arrive just in time to demand that Batman puts his hands over his head. Batman activates a flashbang off his belt and he disappears into the night with Dr. Milo. As they take off into the night, Batman calls up Jim Corrigan, again, the Spectre, and he explains that all of this Arkham mess was because of Dr. Milo using a book, and he wants Corrigan to look at it. So Corrigan, Batwing, and Batman all get together in a cemetery that's considered hollow ground, just in case Corrigan needs it. Corrigan then finds out that Dr. Milo opened up a trapdoor of magic, one tailor-made to allow Blackfire out, tailor-made to make a hole into hell, and tailor-made to allow him to do all of these horrendous acts. But he went too far, and it eventually broke him mentally. Back with Spoiler and Bluebird, they have slightly resolved their differences. Spoiler is sitting on the bed telling Bluebird that she just can't trust her. She can't trust anyone. So Bluebird decides that she's going to ask Batman if they can just get Spoiler out of Gotham, and she sets up an automatic stun gun on Spoiler. If she moves, she'll be knocked out for quite a while. As Bluebird leaves, Spoiler can only say, well, damn. Back with Batman in the Batcave, he begins to look through who bought up all of Wayne Enterprises' companies and structured them in such a way that it looked like a signature. He then realizes who is devious enough and rich enough to snag up all of Wayne Enterprises semi-legally and gets that far unseen only to sign it.
Probably has the lowest chance of dropping.
Who has the influence over all of these people in all these different types of walks of life? Ra's al Ghul. Batman arrives in Ra's al Ghul's current hideout, Karachi, only to be welcomed by one of Raz's tricks, a mist that is all around him. "Ra's, where are you?" Batman yells out. "I believe the answer isn't where. The question is when. Look around you, detective. You see no walls or floors. I am nowhere, you are nowhere. We are not in a place. We are in the future, your future. What do you see in your future, Batman? Do you become a remnant of a long dark era? Do you find a successor, maybe a student, or something worthy by blood? I present to you the question, Batman. Is Batman eternal?" But Batman isn't tricked, and he reaches through the mist to knock the teeth out of Ebenezer Dark, one of Raz's lackeys. What's Raz playing at? I don't know. I do what he says and he lets me live, not unlike your relationship with him. Raz explains that this conspiracy is against the Bat, and it is not Ra's al Ghul's doing. He then opens up the doors in the back of the room, showing himself in a hospital bed on life support. He has been struggling with his recovery ever since Batman threw him into a ravine. Batman then takes his hand and slams it against the wall. "No! There's no one else. It has to be you.
For fuck's sake.
Look in your heart. You know it isn't true, detective. No. Return and figure this out. Evolve, and then come ready to face me again." Julia Pennyworth heads off into the city to answer the bat signal wearing a bat mask of her own. Selina, aka Catwoman, has called for Batman. She has shipping manifests coming through.
Now, why did that flip over when we had the same number? I don't understand. Why doesn't it work when I... Whatever. Like, why didn't that work? There's about to be a battle between all of them to see who can claim Gotham first, and they're extremely It's higher by a lot.
Penny goes back to the Batcave, where she phones into Batman.
I just don't fucking get it.
A new piece of shadow conspiracy against you is in play. A number of your villains are setting up, but Batman has a bit of a flight ahead of him as he's returning from Ra's al Ghul's hideout. So Penny 2 has dialed up the rest of the Bat family to begin looking. Batwing is handling Scarecrow and his Crow drones. Red Robin is handling Clayface in his attempt to become a star again. Bluebird is taking care of Mr. Freeze and his creepy frozen family in life. Batgirl is fighting against Joker's daughter, and Red Hood battles it out with Bane and his super armor. With the family preoccupied by each of Batman's villains, the power suddenly goes off in the Batcave, and Hush walks free without the electronic locks, and he ties a sick Alfred to a chair. He does this so that Alfred can watch his daughter being launched into the sky and away from the Batcave.
What requisite am I fucking missing there?
Burning from the harbor. And just at that moment, Batman's Batplane automatically shuts down, as Hush now has control over the computer, and he's turned it off. Batman steers for an airfield where he has another crash landing. While this is going on, Jason Bard is finally doing the right thing by going to the mayor and demanding Jim Gordon's release. He explains that Gordon was framed and he has evidence to prove it, but the mayor refuses to listen and begins to go to the helipad where he intends to get out of Gotham. Bard stops him. If you want to flee, fine, but you aren't going to do it before signing this release form. But over at Blackgate, Gordon has much worse things to worry about as someone has knocked out all of the guards. They just released all of the prisoners of Blackgate. To make matters much worse for the Bat family, Hush stands in the center of the Batcave in awe at the power that he now has at his disposal. So while the Bat family is trying to battle their villains, he begins to tinker with the remote controls in their suits, making their battles even worse and cutting off all communications. But Julia isn't out of this fight yet as she drags herself to the harbor.
This is what hell is
and Batman, of course, didn't die in the plane crash as he drags himself from the wreckage and begins to walk to the nearby Air Force airfield. He then steals a jet and spray paints IOU on the ground with a bat signal. He'll be getting back to Gotham soon enough. Over at Blackgate, the GCPD and Jason Bard are trying to get Gordon out, only to find that the whole facility is overrun by the inmates. But back at the Batcave, Alfred is finally done being sick as he gets out of the cell that Hush has put him in, and he cracks Hush over the head. We're done here, Tommy. With Alfred at the Bat computer controls again, the Bat family finally has their support again. But they also now have Batman there as he's finally gotten back to the city. He throws an entire jet at Bane, saving Red Hood, and then reports on the radio that he's coming to end this. Back in Blackgate, Penguin and Croc use this chance to escape from the prison, but Bard does get Gordon out finally, which was just the time that Batman needed to arrive where Batwing was battling Scarecrow.
Holy shit, did YouTube finally connect after like 4.5 hours?
He then goes to Bluebird where he electrocutes
Mr.
Freeze and he disables him. Then using Victor Freeze's freeze gun, he freezes Clayface and saves Red Robin. They then all head over to help Batgirl with Joker's daughter. But she's already beat up Joker's daughter. You guys didn't seriously think
sorry
that I
for
would
just
need help
joining
with
me
this,
now on
she asks.
YouTube, but
And
I'm
Tim
going to be
tells her,
taking a
"Show off."
little break.
But while Batman is getting the family back together, Firefly
back in a
has
few
lit
minutes.
most of Gotham on fire.
Don't worry.
Batman cannot believe how far this
Alright, see? That wasn't so bad, was it?
This is gone, and he punches the window. And that's when he turns back on his Cal communicator. And Julia explains.
Let's go piss myself off with more card games.
If he's willing to meet up with the bat signal,
still one over there I gotta beat.
See his failure. With no sleep for 36 hours and exhaustion setting in, Batman goes to Signal Tower to end this, while the Bat family goes out to rescue people in the fires. Batman arrives at the tower and he demands to know who was behind all of this. Who did this? The culprit launched stun lines at him, shocking him and forcing him down to his knees. And out steps Clue Master. You never did consider all the options. All you needed to do was follow the clues, Batman. Clue Master straps Batman to the bat signal and cuts the bat signal off of his chest with a razor. He then takes off Batman's shirt and he asks him, "Do you even remember my name after you stopped me all of those years ago?" Arthur Brown, the Clue Master, a second-rate Riddler knockoff.
This asshole
Shut
again.
Up. The Riddler never got you this far, did he?
I can take down someone, that other guy. Take you.
Ha! No wonder you have such an ego. Bruce Wayne is Batman. Your name is all over this city. It doesn't matter now. Your allies have been slaughtered. Your city is burning. I have taken everything from you, piece by piece. And then he throws the cape and cowl off the side of the building. We talk, you know. Those who don't make your A-list. We have meetups and poker nights. I remember during one of Joker's big schemes, I made a joke. What if we struck right then when Batman was focused on one of the real baddies? We laughed about it, but I knew I was right. We could do anything while you were focused on one of the big baddies' puzzles. The reason no one does is we think that you're bigger than us. But you're not, are you? You're just a man. See, I created the illusion of a coordinated attack. So many people hate you that they came.
That guy looks like an asshole. I'm not surprised. I don't know anything about this series.
To get Gordon to pull the trigger, and it threw you off right from the start.
This storyline is.
Then I sent out invitations to the kind of people that would see
can't
this as an
discover the
opportunity.
true purpose of it.
Like,
why was Hush even there?
Small. They just needed to do something, and they certainly each took a different
I won't pretend like I've been
It made you
paying
look for
attention
someone
either.
behind everything. Look for the big bad. And you were so focused on finding somebody worthy of a plot like this that you ignored the little stuff. The way the city was changing. The way we were preparing for the total chaos to take hold. You bought into your own legend, your own story. You thought there had to be someone worthy of you. But this whole time, Batman has been picking the locks on his own wrist, and he throws a left hook at the Clue Master. Meanwhile, back with Gordon and Bard, they're finally putting everything together. Riot shields, body armor, CCTV cameras, and an entire fleet of armored vehicles. They are going to take back Gotham. Batman begins to hit the Clue Master over and over, and then he throws him headfirst into a wall with the chains. Bruce, this is really the end. I've had my fun, but I'm not going to play this game with you anymore. Is that so? You can stop with the ridiculous voice, Bruce. You can't even stand up. And the Clue Master is right as he hits Bruce across the face, dropping him. Then he pulls out a gun. I'm gonna shoot you. And that's when the Clue Master has his throat slit by an unknown assailant. No! Not according to plan! Our unknown person begins to approach Batman. Your plan may be, Clue Master, but I've always had a plan of my own. Hello, brother. Are you ready to end this? And we see that Lincoln Marsh has his own plans that he wants to enact. It turns out that when Clue Master wanted to start this plan, he arrived at the Harbor House on the Night of the Owls. The Night of the Owls is the night that Bruce Wayne's supposed brother killed the Court of the Owls and tried to take Gotham. Clue Master arrived at the Harbor House wanting money, resources, and power, and with it, he could do anything. But he was defeated when he saw the Court of the Owls was dead. But one man was still around that night. Lincoln Marsh, also going by the name Thomas Wayne Jr., and he funded Clue Master's entire operation. Lincoln Marsh now stands in front of Bruce Wayne, ready to bring his own plans to fruition. It really is sad. He actually was smarter than anyone gave him credit for. Not smart enough, mind you, but smart. He had this excellent plan relying on the fact that he was literally the last person you'd expect to put it together. But that's it. He was a nobody. He couldn't bring this to its end. Lincoln Marsh then lowers his mask, and using his jetpack, he grabs Bruce and he launches him into the sky. You see, brother, I already know that I'm a nobody. I come without a code name and without some colorful entourage. I'm wholly nothing, and you made me that, and I will return the favor. But Batman isn't done yet. He takes a shard of glass out of his own back, and he shoves it into the jetpack. No, I can't control you, bastard. And they both land into the nearby building. Meanwhile, across Gotham, the entire Bat family is saving the city. Batwing, Red Robin, Batgirl, and Red Hood, all trying to save people. But Red Hood is about to meet his end as the building around him is crumbling, and Batgirl is trying to save him. But that's not all. Gordon, the GCPD, and even Catwoman and Croc are all coming up with plans to save Gotham. This has to end now. Brucey, Lincoln Marsh calls out. Your brother wants to come out and play. You aren't my brother, Lincoln. Bruce yells back as he takes the tattered remains of his costume and he makes a makeshift mask before grabbing a street sign and running in to finish this off. But Lincoln Marsh breaks the street sign and then opens fire on Batman. Batman dodges and grabs a car door, slamming it into Lincoln Marsh, telling him to shut up! But Batman is defeated. He's too tired, too exhausted, too injured. And Lincoln Marsh knows it as he grabs Batman by the throat. It's over, Bruce. You and I both know that I've won, and that I will slink back into the shadows with no one knowing what truly happened. Without your fortune, without your company, the names Batman and Wayne will disappear from the city, and I will have won. You will be a footnote, a strange deviation tied into these past few troubled years. But Batman will be done forever. But a voice comes over the loudspeaker with the bat signal on the television screens. Gotham City, I need you to listen. This is the former Commissioner Gordon, Jim Gordon, broadcasting on every street corner in Gotham. I know you're frightened right now, more frightened than you have ever been. Maybe that fear has pushed you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Maybe it's just pushed you to hide away in some dark corner. But Gotham City is our city. And when hell is unleashed, we don't run and hide. It needs a city. It needs all of us. And that's when Talon arrives and saves Red Hood and Batgirl from a crumbling building. Talon? What the? Red Hood says. The lady in the cave. She put out a call to everyone. And that's when we see the extended family is arriving. Batwoman, Black Canary, and even Katana. Back with Batman and Lincoln Marsh, our villain is staring in disbelief. This can't be happening. And that's when Batman uses this opportunity to headbutt him, breaking his mask off. Then a bucket is thrown at him, throwing him off balance. Who the? It was actually Spoiler as she leaps in, punching him. Don't you recognize me? I'm Batman, she shouts. Looking up, Lincoln Marsh sees that he's defeated, as behind Batman stands everyone now. Everyone in the family. You're not very invisible now, are you, Lincoln? Batman says as Commissioner Gordon helps Batman back up. Lincoln Marsh vanishes into the tunnels below, and our story finally comes to a close. So what happened to everyone after this? Well, Jason Bard went right to Vicky Vale, and he offered to tell her everything that happened. She warned him that he'll be disgraced and never able to work for the GCPD again. But he doesn't mind. Gotham's known for hiring ex-police officers, aren't they? Catwoman and Croc, well, they continue to run their criminal organization. And while Batman isn't happy about that, because Catwoman has a lot to answer for, he'll deal with that on a later date. Jim Corrigan went back to his unit in the police, which is covered by another book, Gotham by Midnight, and he offered a spot on the team to Batwing before he went off on his own again. Jim Gordon and his daughter, Barbara Gordon, well, they finally got to have a quiet night at home. Jason, he was done in Gotham, and he had some friends waiting for him. He almost left Barbara a message so that they can pursue a possible relationship, but he changed his mind, and he told Roy Harper to come pick him up. Stephanie went to go stay with Harper and Cullen after all of this, and she seemingly trusts Red Robin, who came to check up on them. As she finally had her first official meeting with Red Robin, they shook hands, and then they looked into each other's eyes, because they saw something that might happen someday. Lincoln Marsh didn't get away. He did flee into the tunnels, but the Court of the Owls, they weren't gone. And they found their wandering Talon. They sealed him up and they told him, we might have a use for you again in a decade or two. And with everything finally done, the city went back to its beautiful black and blue sky, and Jim Gordon became commissioner again. Batman, who already fixed the Wayne Enterprises situation, getting back his money and resources, arrived at the Bat Signal, and Gordon told him about a plan the Scarecrow has enacted, something that is going to need Batman to stop it. It looks like the job for the Dark Knight never ends. If you're still here, you are amazing, Mr. Wayne.
Aren't they amazing, Robert?
Damn it, that was like this.
No. Anyone who stays to the end of my full stories gets a cameo from Robert Jefferson.
Yes, you do.
What did you think of the Batman Eternal storyline when it came out?
It was pretty solid.
Did you like it?
It was awesome to basically see the return of Hush.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yep. So there you go. Don't forget to subscribe to get more full stories every Monday and other videos as we do them throughout the week. And thank you guys. That was a really long video. Enjoy the next one.
Where's this guy gonna go? Alright, I think we'll take a little break from comics for now. I feel like putting on a little mood music. Finish off my stream today. Get out of here, TV. Still didn't do it, did it? Still didn't count for shit. I don't get it. Oh, because I'm supposed to report to the guy first. I guess I messed it up. Yeah, well, that would do it. Well, at least I can activate this one. Okay, still doing the card thing. Yeah, I'll do a couple more card games. I want that card. Cat is acting unusual. Don't you go on that counter. Don't do A. Won't be a bad roommate. Looking right at you. Guess it worked out. Shit-tastic. It wouldn't matter no matter what. I can't wait to ever fucking play this guy ever again. I'm so tired of this person. This piece of shit written code that has a great deck. That's what I meant to say. Oh my god, it better be like a really good card, like the best card I've ever seen. Just brain rot. It's just brain rot. Be a pig. Thank God. I was gonna lose my fucking mind with that. This dungeon should probably take Pasha off the list. Will I actually activate it? Either that or it did update and there's like another part after that. Aside from beating it. I probably just forgot to activate it. But man. Yeah, great. Right there. Oh, okay, so that you just actually have to go and do it then. That other one. Empador Keep. Seeing it. Oh, probably because it's over. We could like save the list somehow. This doesn't really matter. Alright. Means the last one on the list is this one. Looks like I already did it though. Maybe it's just to unlock it, then you get nothing else after. How am I to know? Great. So let's see if this one updated. I must have just forgot to activate. Oh. But why would I have access to it if I already activated it? So this must be some kind of like in-between quest phase. So why would it give me access and then not move the quest along? Alright. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So I did it twice for nothing. That's fucked. I never been able to fix this. Let's turn in 32. It's inside. That's usually a good first step. You might be able to reinstall anti-easy cheat, whatever it's called, by itself too. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, enough of that. Jesus, more? Has a gift for me. You son of a bitch. Man, I don't get a single achievement for doing any of those, huh? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me take care of my soldiers before I sign off here. Going. Looks like it's my first time here or something. I'd like to activate these two at least before I go. Get them on the board, as it were. Jesus, what is it? An extreme super duper mode? It looks like I'm going back to the same place. If I were being pessimistic, it looked like different things, though. That's the flagship. It's a big ass ship, I'll give him that. Dragon in it. Present the Algam tombstone to Alec for their I didn't know this was going to be a whole thing. Let's see how quick I can make this. Oh, they're pretty weak. Seems like there's only 2 phases, realistically. What's going on here? Guess I'll just keep going.
In the name of the Emperor!
dungeon here. This better be like a little mini dungeon. Yeah, okay. Last thing.
Can you withstand this? Can you withstand this?
What's going on here? Am I supposed to be doing something else here? Damn, is that it? God. Thought I was just unlocking a dungeon. Guess in a way I did. Supposed to be, okay. Alright, now I feel like I'm finally done with this shit. I was not expecting to go through that. You still have more. Unbelievable. I'm accepting it and I'm leaving. Creep. Oh boy. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me today, I believe. You know? Hey, Bravo, thanks for hanging out like you always do. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. But whether you watch now or later, whenever you are, wherever you are, be good out there. Be sure to pay attention to Deadpool and Wolverine tonight, because I'm gonna want to talk about it tomorrow. So, but until then, have a good time and be nice to each other out there. Peace.